Now, you will notice that I'm not in my usual studio. In fact, I'm in my living room, and you'll find out why in just a minute. But first, hello, my name is Roland K. Smith, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, I'm a social media manager and digital content producer. Now, in last week's video, I showed you how to set up a Facebook ad, and today we'll be checking in on that ad to see how it's been performing. But first, I just want to ask you to like this video, subscribe to my channel. It'll help me out a whole bunch if you do. And if you have any friends or colleagues that you think might be into this sort of stuff, please send them in my direction. Now, one of the things that make Facebook ads so powerful is your ability to monitor them and change them in real time. So if I was to set up a Facebook ad like we did in last week's video, and then wait a couple of days before I check in on it and see how it's doing, that would sort of miss the point of Facebook ads. So over the last few days, I've been popping in and checking up on the ad that we created, seeing how it's doing. So it's almost 4 o'clock on Thursday, which means that our Facebook ad that we set up has been live for about 24 hours. So I thought I'd just check in on it and see how it's performing and see if there's anything that we need to do. So let's have a look. So I'm in the Ads Manager on Facebook Business Manager. And this is our ad, and I'm just going to go over to performance and clicks, which is already on, but that's what I like to look at. So the ones I'm interested in are the result, the reach, the frequency, and the cost per result. So we can see we've got 6 link clicks at a frequency of 1.06. So the frequency is how often an audience has seen your post. So if the frequency was 7, that would mean that the average time that somebody had seen your post was 7 times, which is too many times. In my discussions with Facebook, they have told me that you want to keep that frequency just a bit under 2. So 1.06, that's too low for me, and I think that's why our cost per result is 1.29, or is $1.29, which is also a little bit expensive. So our ads are working a little bit harder than they have to get those link clicks. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out some of the interest targeting that we set up yesterday, maybe try and make it less than 500,000. Maybe that was too big for this ad, and that might result in some better performance. So I'll make those changes and I'll check in tomorrow and see how it goes. I'm in my car. I've just been to the pub for lunch with a friend. It's about 4 o'clock, which means it's 48 hours since our ad went live and about 24 hours since we made those changes. So I've just got my phone here. I'm going to jump into the Facebook ads app and just have a little look and see how our ad's going. 31 link clicks at 89 cents. That's so much better than it was yesterday. Yesterday, I think we had like 6 link clicks and it was costing like just over $1. 31 link clicks. So that means that 31 people have gone to my website and it's cost me 89 cents to get each of them there, which is pretty good. So the frequency's up as well. 1.21. I think yesterday it was 1.06. So people are seeing it a bit more regularly. For this ad, the metrics that we care about, which are the cost per click, the frequency, and then the click-throughs, are all looking pretty good. So I'm going to leave this ad alone. I've had a bit of engagement on the ad itself. I had a couple of likes, a few comments. I've had somebody reach out to me via message and might be doing some work with somebody, but no emails yet. So no one's gone to my website and decided, yes, I want to work with this man. I'll send him an email and he can do some videography for me. So maybe there's a problem with my website, because even if your ad's performing well, where you're sending it to has to work too. So I'll be taking a look at my website. But like I said, gonna leave it for another day. I'm not going to touch it. And we'll see what happens. We'll come back and check in on it tomorrow. Well, good morning. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday. So it's been 4 days since we set up our ad and about 3 days since we made some significant changes to our ad, which increased the performance of the ad. So I'm just going to jump back into the website browser and have a look at Ads Manager and see what we've got here. So 56 link clicks, so that's better. Could probably be performing a little bit stronger than that. Frequency is 1.29, so the frequency is going up, which is what we wanted. It's still under that 2 mark. And cost per result is $1.17, which is probably a little bit higher than we would like, but overall not so bad. That's my son in the background. He's fine. One of the great things about Facebook ads is not only can we see how they're performing in real time, but we can see where they're performing and who with. So if we jump over to the demographics, we can see that it's really not performing with the 18 to 24 year olds or the 45 to 54 year olds. So 25 to 44 is that's who's engaging with the ad. So what I might do is I might turn off the 18 to 24 year olds and also turn off the 45 to 54 year olds and see what sort of pool that gives us. And if that dramatically reduces the pool, I might then increase the interest targets to sort of then broaden that pool again. But hopefully this time it'll be broadened with people who are just much more likely to engage with the ad. So I'm going to do that. We can also see the placement. So Facebook is where it's performing the best. Let's go mobile only. Mobile only, our reach is like right up almost at 5,000, and then desktop is right up at 200. So again, it's all about mobile. That's where people are seeing this ad. So do keep that in mind when you're creating ads and just content generally, because it's almost all, as you can see, consumed on mobile. So that's really important. So I'm just going to jump back into the ad now and make some edits. So let's see if there's anything we can do to sort of consolidate our audience to make it a little bit stronger. So just looking here at the audience definition, and our potential reach currently is 290,000 people. So if I go ahead and change the age to 25 to 45, which was sort of where it was performing, that's the audience it was performing the best with, we do lose 60,000 people in that. So what I might then try and do is add back in some of the interests. Let's just have a look. Let's try if we add marketing communications. So that gets our reach back up, and it was around that number that we were sort of seeing the most success. So let's not push it too hard. Let's just go with that. Now, the other thing, and I probably wouldn't usually do this because generally I think this ad is performing okay, and I think that making those changes will make it perform even better. But just because it's an experiment or an example ad, I'm going to go ahead and change the copy and the creative and see if that has any significant impact on how the ad performs. So let's go over to the ad set itself, and let's just change the image. So I'm going to upload a slightly more professional image, I think. I'm just going to change the primary text as well. So I had originally sort of been aiming this as a videography ad for people to hire me as a videographer. My page is called Roland K. Smith Content Creator. I am a full stack content creator. I can take videos and I can do sort of little bits of animation and also some little bits of graphic design. So I'm going to sort of broaden that and just see if that works basically. So are you looking for a content creator to make high quality social media content? So that'll be the primary text, and it's still under 2 lines, which is good. And then I'm going to change the headline as well. So the original call to action I had was watch my show reel today, exclamation mark. I'm going to change it to send me an email today, exclamation mark, because I haven't gotten any emails yet, and that's sort of what I want. I want to start conversations with potential customers or clients. Professional experience, I'll leave that there, that's fine. And then I will change the call to action to, what have we got? Contact us. And then I'm going to publish. Milo agrees. And here we are. So let's have one final look at how the ad's done. I'm back on the iPhone in the Facebook Ads app. We're finished up on 81 link clicks for a cost of $1.21 a click. That is, of course, in Australian dollars. So look, that's pretty good. And here's the thing about Facebook ads. For about $1, you can get somebody into your store. That's great. It's up to your product and your store to do the rest. Now, a lot of companies will track the sale of their products or services through their Facebook ad link clicks, and that's something that you can do. So that's ROI, return on investment, or ROAS, return on ad spend. And a lot of companies will use that metric as a way of gauging the success of their Facebook ad. But here's the thing about that. We don't know at what point in the customer's purchasing decision journey our ad has met that customer. It might be at the very beginning of their purchasing decision, where they're just becoming aware of the product or service, or it might be closer to the end, when they are actually ready to commit. We just don't know. In fact, there's no real way of knowing. All of that is to say that Facebook ads do offer very good value, but they don't work alone. You've got to be pairing it with other activities from your marketing, communications, and advertising departments. If you have all of those elements in place, well, then they're going to be very successful. But if you're strapped for cash, Facebook ads are a really good place to start. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I was asked in my last video on Facebook ads if I had any ad copy templates. I don't, but I found a good blog post from HubPost, which I will leave the link in the description below, so you can check that out if you want to. Okay, until the next video, keep doing what you're doing.